UFC 175, we got Stefan Struve taking on Meathead, Matt Mitrione, you know, the ex-NFL player, and I like Stefan Struve in this fight. You know, he's 25-6, and he just lost to Mark Hunt, but that was a bad matchup for him. You know, he actually beat Stipe Miocic, and no one's done so in UFC. He's the only guy I think who'll beat Stipe, and it proves a lot. You know, he knocked him out in the second round. He beat him standing up. So Stefan Struve, guys, he's a good fighter. He's young. He's only 26 years old, and you can tell by his body that he keeps it young. You know, he looks young. Really good on the ground, just submits so many of his opponents. He's got 16 submissions, 7 knockouts, and he's good at both. He's a long-rangey fighter, and he gets those chokes in, you know, and he's fighting Matt Mitrione. And Matt, you know, you saw it in the Roy Nelson fight where, you know, Matt punched Roy Nelson, and he knew that he wasn't going to knock Roy Nelson out, so he just folded. Beat Phil DeFries in the fight after that, but that, you know, that was 19 seconds, and Phil DeFries didn't belong in UFC. He's not there anymore, so Dana agreed with me. But, you know, he lost to Brendan Schaub, and I lost some money that night. I thought he was going to win that fight. Really depressed me that night. You know, he was submitted in the first round, came back to beat Sean Jordan by knockout, so I really don't know where Matt Mitrione stands. You know, he's confusing me. He lost to Che Congo, but he beat Sean Jordan. I guess he does have power in his hands. You know, he's got 6 knockouts out of the 7 wins, and you know, he's strong. He's got strong fists. Not as strong as Roy Nelson, but you know, he knocked out some of his opponents, and that's how he fights. You know, he knocked out Phil DeFries, he knocked out Sean Jordan. So I think Stefan Struve, he's a better all-around fighter. He's much better on the ground. Matt Mitrione's practice is striking. It's improved light years. It's much better than it used to be. But I don't think he really has the heart of a top-ranked fighter. I don't think he's got the brain of a Vanderlei Silva or a Diego Sanchez. I'm not putting the guy down. He just beat Sean Jordan. But, you know, somewhere deep down in the heart of Matt Mitrione, I don't think he'll ever be a true champion. Stefan Struve, on the other hand, he's a great fighter, you know. He lost to Travis Brown, and he lost to Roy Nelson as well. But when he fought, you know, the lower-ranked guys like Sean McCorkle or Paul Bointello, you know, he owned the fight. And I see him winning this fight at UFC 175. One of the greatest fights I remember, I think it was like UFC 133, and I remember being there. You know, I didn't have good seats for Stefan Struve versus Travis Brown. And I just remember Stefan Struve going, timber! And you could see it from the back of the arena. Just wanted to throw that one in there. Anyway, guys, if they match us up closely, I imagine Stefan Struve being a big favorite, but if they match us up closely, go for Stefan Struve. He should win this fight. Unless Matt Mitrione knocks him out. But, you know, Matt may have more power in his fists, but I think Stefan Struve can mix it up better. Peace out, guys. UFC 175 is going to be amazing. I'm going to be there. I can't wait. Going to be at UFC 176 also, but UFC 175 is the pinnacle of UFC this year. I'm inviting you to go. Come down to Vegas. It's going to be sick. Peace out, guys.